So Chennedy Carter she's probably been the best individual player in the Chinese league. She has been absolutely incredible. And there is one thing that Chennedy Carter has gotten that I'm genuinely happy to see. And it is, she's gotten some form of sportsmanship award from the Chinese league, which is great. Either way though, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 39.2k subscribers by the end of the day, and we are 36 off. So anyway, Chennedy Carter. So she's somebody that, look, I would say what she's been doing, what she does on the court, as far as good temper, is not something that you would ever expect. And I've seen a lot of people seeing a WNBA Central post about her winning a good sportsmanship award, and they're shocked that it's not sent out. Heck, the Chinese Basketball Association actually released our Chinese, again, women's hoop show. I'm not sure if it's an official thing. Basically released a video about Chennedy Carter. And it's showing that last year Chennedy Carter basically started a brawl in the Chinese league. Looked like she wanted to kill someone, then goes and hip checks Chennedy Carter, or hip checks Caitlin Clark. And then, as this year has happened, they're still going at her. She's still being targeted, and she is just getting on with it. She's just absolutely getting on with some ridiculous stuff that's happening to her. And by the way, some of these hits are bad, but yeah, she's just getting on with it, which is important. And again, the good thing is the refs are actually teeing up her opponents, which is one thing I like about this. But it does show. I think Chennedy Carter has probably realized that, you know what, I want to stay in these leagues. Because I think if Chennedy Carter started another brawl, she might have been out of the league. But yeah, you can see it right here. So far, you guys probably can't really see it. So far this season, our club's foreign aid, they misspelled. Oh, that might be the Chinese spelling of it. Chennedy Carter ranks first and second in the league in average points and assists per game, respectively, has brought many Hollywood-level performances to the fans. All of this is a normal reflection of her strength and is not surprising. What really brings surprises is her personality transformation, like a phoenix nirvana. As we all know, Carter is a passionate athlete with a hot temper at times, which has become a double-edged sword that restricts her development. However, this season she effectively controlled her emotions and put more energy into the game itself. The number of times she argued with referees and opponents has significantly decreased. She can laugh off fierce fouls and sometimes even take initiative to appease teammates who are out of control, showing her leadership qualities. Our club has always advocated respecting referees and opponents, and Carter's transformation is in line with this concept. Although the team lost to Leon, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that, 82-87 on the road on November 28th, our club still give her 10,000 yuan good temper award. How much is that? 10,000. It's 1,500. That's not bad money, especially when you made 60k in the W this year. In recognition of her achievement in emotional management, we hope that she will continue to strengthen her emotional management, set an example on offense and defense, and give advice to young people, turning her innate passion into team progress. Look, in America, you wouldn't be able to say that. Basically, you know what? In the past, the reason why it was her attitude has affected her development. But actually, this season she was great. It's her attitude and fiery thing is a double-edged sword. But actually, this season she's been able to keep her shit together. So we're gonna give her something extra for that and talk about it publicly. And I do want to say, that is a mad thing to write, but it's true. It's brutal honesty and fair play to Chennedy Carter. 1,300 is 1,300. Chinese bluntless is unmatched. Yeah, it's just blunt. But that is fair play. Love the fact she's putting in the work and it's being acknowledged. They're rewarding her for not crashing out. Chennedy Carter is one of the 10 best players in the NBA, or in the WNBA. And that's just a fact. She's one of 10 best players. If she can keep, I think she not only does she want to stay in Chicago, if Chicago don't want to keep her, she wants that big contract. Like, the reality is, if Chicago, she's a restricted free agent. If Chicago are the only place that want her to play, they can sign her for whatever little contract they want. But if another team wants her, for Chennedy Carter to make money on her WNBA deal, she needs 2 teams to want her. And that's the reality of restricted free agents. For restricted free agency, it becomes a bidding war. You need 2 teams to want you as a restricted free agent if you want to make anything. You need exactly 2 teams to want you. If you've got 1 team that wants you, you're still going to stay in the league, but they can pay you as little as possible. If you got 2 teams and 1 team's willing to pay quite a lot, then you start to make more. Like, her showing that she can keep her shit together for lack of a better way of describing it, in China, where last year she started a brawl, genuinely is worth 100K for her. And I'm not joking with that. It's not only worth 100K, it's her long-term future in the WNBA. Like, that is where her long-term future is going to come from. It is going to come from the next 2 to 3 years. Because she's young. Like, Chennedy Carter's, I think, only 24 years. She's 26, maybe. Like, I know she's not... She's born in 98, I think. So, yeah, she just turned 26. So, she could have another 10 years in the W. And she could make good money, especially with the new CBA and everything. But her reputation is the only reason that every single team in the WNBA is not trying to sign her this year. So I would say for Chennedy Carter, it is, for her, she probably wants to either be in Chicago or some team that wants her. And if there's a team that's willing to pay a whole bunch of money, they want Chennedy Carter. And that seems to be the reality of the situation, is that you can even just see just the way she's talked in interviews. Like, Chicago really wanted her, and Taurasi Weatherspoon really wanted her, so she gave her best for Taurasi Weatherspoon. And I do think that there are coaches out there, there are teams out there that would really want Chennedy Carter, and you could get the best out of her. One thing I don't think is ever going to happen is Chennedy Carter to the Fever. Like, I've actually seen people say that. I just don't think personality-wise, I don't think if she fits. I think she fits play-style-wise, but only if Kelsey Mitchell goes. And, like, you can't play Kelsey Mitchell and Chennedy Carter at the same time. And you definitely can't play the 2 of them with Caitlin Clark. So there's a 0% chance of that. But, like, if I'm the Phoenix Mercury, I'm looking for Chennedy Carter. Like, if I'm the Mercury, I'm genuinely looking for her, because she becomes, like, the off guard. Like, they were starting, like, Kat Copper kind of at the 3. Like, Sophie Cunningham kind of come off the bench. She becomes that off guard, and maybe you can bring Taurasi off the bench on a better deal. If I'm the Mercury, I'm looking for her. If I'm the Storm, if Jewel Lloyd goes, I'm looking for her. If I'm trading Jewel Lloyd and I'm Chicago and I'm the Seattle Storm, I'm looking for Chennedy Carter in a sign and trade. If these players are willing to play with her, like, if a coach is willing to coach Chennedy Carter and players are willing to play with her, she's one of the 10 best players. And the fact is, if fair play to her, it's a really good thing to see her getting a sportsmanship award in China, and it makes me think there's a near guarantee that she's in the W next year. Again, it just depends on whether or not the Chicago Sky want to keep her or not. They might want to keep her, they might not. Either way, though, I think it's a guarantee that she's on a team. Just probably not the Fever, because I don't know where the fit is, and I don't think she wants to come off the bench either.